on Ekpa. It's true. Yeah. So my people, I will just go straight to the point and let you watch the video of MSE in the person of Mazi Simon Ekpa, the new savior of Biafra land. So,
Why are you so
hey, thank
determined
you.
to undermine democracy?
I think undermining democracy is not the right word. Rather, promoting democracy. You give the
Sorry,
people.
let it play from the beginning.
Simon, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
So much is riding on this election, especially for young people in Nigeria. They're desperate for change, is my view. Why are you so determined to undermine democracy?
I think undermining democracy is not the right word. Rather, promoting democracy. You give the people a choice. And the choice of the Biafra people is a referendum. It is also a democratic process.
Yeah. No referendum,
So
no election.
that is not undermining a democracy.
Yeah.
More accepted democratic process is when you give the people choice to decide their fate.
But they have a choice. This is an election which will be following democratic lines.
In Nigeria, Biafran people do not have a choice. And that is a historical problem created by the Britain. So everybody, as you have been a journalist with your experience and the history of Nigeria, you agree with me that Nigeria is a mistake because of the tribal and dangerous diversity in Nigeria, which is also a destructive diversity. So when you give the people the choice to choose how they want to live, that is a true democracy. A democracy is not when you bring in the military and invent communities, burn the communities because people are protesting. You kill them. Is that democracy? Do you do that in the United Kingdom? The answer is no.
But what about your...
My people, as you are seeing, we are listening into the University of Radio Biafra. I can see that the new savior is also a professor in his own right. I see the grammar they enter on Abba.
Role in all this, your tweets.
My role.
Wait a minute. Your role in all this, your tweets and your social media. Why the need for violence?
It is. Yeah.
At least 1,500 people died in the last 3 presidential election campaigns.
Was it my fault then?
And there have been deaths so far in this one too.
That's what we want to correct by making sure we do not continue to validate an evil entity that subject their citizens to death. So the only solution to this is to disintegrate this evil entity and allow people to make their choice so that they can develop and practice politics in the best way possible, just like the Europeans here.
So are you justifying the violence that comes from the kind of stuff that you...
It is not, the violence is not about what I do. It is the provocation of the policy of Nigeria. Okay? Yeah. So it is a long time bomb coming. So what you see happening now, Nigeria have a history of violence. From the beginning of Nigeria. After independence, every election in Nigeria has witnessed violence. So it is not about me. I am here as a good guy to put an end, to have a lasting solution to the violence that have caused the life of thousands of Nigerians.
But do you not accept that some of the things that you say has engendered this kind of...
From your own perspective, you can translate it and interpret it however you want. But from my own perspective, I think I am the good guy trying to teach the people that they have a right.
So there's no blood on your hands?
There is no blood on my hand.
His role is to grab candles on the answer.
There are more blood on those supporting the election, supporting this particular coming election. They have more blood in their hand. In Imo State, you have a governor that have invaded his own state, killed people, and why are you people not talking about that? Those are the people that have blood in their hand. All the people that have been elected in Nigeria since 1960 all have had bloods in their hands, and nobody is asking the question. I am just the good guy who say enough is enough. somebody have to say something, and somebody
He's
have
a
to do
good guy.
something, and we're doing it.
Yeah.
But couldn't you make more progress if you were in the tent, as it were, not rather than out of the tent?
You can't.
Literally in another country.
Sorry.
You're in Finland.
Yes.
So wouldn't it be better if you went back home and did the political thing there?
You should know. You see, I learn from what happened to others. I don't want to put my life in danger because the country, as far as I'm concerned, does not exist. Any country that does not respect the rule of law does not exist.
You're scared you might be killed?
Not everybody. You know that. You can say that as well. Yes.
There's a
Ndo mmadụ ndụ na-agụ. I know our brother Chimezi always say, Obu mmadụ ndụ na-agụ. Aelo. Did you hear? He said he cannot put his life in danger. Ọ na-ezekwa ndụ ya. Na-eze ndụ ya. They protect his life. He said he cannot go there. But you, Nwabingo, you know, your own is born to buy. Simon Ekpa. But he himself, he cannot go there. Because if he go and buy, how will he enjoy the funding of Umobingo? He can't, he love his life, just like those ones that apply for asylum to go and live in Canada, but they are not IPOB member. But they want to go because the government is looking for IPOB people, but they are not IPOB member. This is how this one, he said he don't want to go, they don't want to go and endanger his life. Okay, let me bring it a little bit back.
Enough is enough. Somebody have to say something, and somebody have to do something, and we're doing it.
But couldn't you make more progress if you were in the tent, as it were, not rather than out of the tent?
You can't.
In another country.
Sorry.
You're in Finland.
Yes.
So wouldn't it be better if you went back home and did the political thing there?
You should know. You see, I learn from what happened to others.
I learn from what
I don't want to put my life in danger because
he learned from what happened to others. You don't like he said, Naburia, he's a guy that is cooling down, and now he dressed well and calm, and he presents himself like Chineke mere mebere, that kind of look. You don't want to be in that situation. He learned from others. But Umubingo, they will be buying their life fly. The next one will come. They will be buying there. Everywhere they are buying people, buying. They go to police. But they never want to learn. But the Oga say he cannot risk his life.
So wouldn't it be better if you went back home and
if you go home, you not go
the
better.
political thing there?
You should know. You see, I learn from what happened to others.
Learn from what happened.
I don't want to put my life in danger because the country, as far as I'm concerned, does not exist. Any country that does not respect the rule of law does not exist.
You're scared you might be killed?
Not everybody. You know that. You can say that as well. Yes.
Yes, I know.
Because yes, there's a bounty on my head because Nigeria, they don't, because of the Islamic agenda in Nigeria. Whoever that rises up to say something that will, make the life of the people to be better, they want to kill the person. They assassinate people every day. And today you see that there is a video that has been released by a man called Ikenga Imo. When an assassin invaded his house and they wanted to kill him. They are police officers. But if there is no CCTV, they will say unknown gunmen. These are the people that are causing all this crisis in Biafra land. But without that video, everybody has concluded that they are unknown gunmen. Today we have known them. What are the government doing about it? What are the international community doing about it? Every evidences that have surfaced anywhere about CCTV camera, it has always been security agent from the Nigeria state. Nobody is talking about that. That is what we are fighting against. We are defending ourselves and we have armed ourselves to fight Nigeria to the last day.
But you don't want to go there and fight.
The only difference now is that today we have social media.
But
social media was there in the 1960s. Somebody will do what I'm doing today. In those days, we have a man called Okokondem. Okokondem was broadcasting for Radio Biafra and was propagating Biafra stuff, but because there were no social media, so he would have done even what I'm doing today. I believe so.
You see, they learn from the format of Okokondem. You understand? So you remember when Nijele called them Umo Koko? It means the same, there's nothing new under the sun. Is there anything that you look that you say is new? No, it has been before. It's just that you don't take note of it. And they say history don't repeat itself, but those that fail to learn from their history will repeat the history. This is what we are seeing. Okonkwo them was the one that was doing the media warrior of those days. And he was lying to them, telling them, even though they are falling, losing territory, telling them they are formidable, pushing them. And now he's saying the work that Okoko them did, that is what they are doing now. But social media is helping them to push out the message more, you see, because Okoko them did not have social media then. Imagine if Okoko them had social media then. So Umo Okoko plus Umo Bingo, una well done, no. Una well done, no. Oh.
What are the international community doing about it? Every evidences that have surfaced anywhere about CCTV camera, it has always been security agent from the Nigeria state. Nobody is talking about that. That is what we are fighting against. We are defending ourselves, and we have armed ourselves to fight Nigeria till the last day. We have done it before. The only difference now is that today we have social media. If social media was there in the 1960s, somebody will do what I'm doing today. In those days, we have a man called Okokondem. Okokondem was broadcasting for Radio Biafra and was propagating Biafra stuff, but because there were no social media, so he would have done even more than I'm doing today, I believe so. So this is what will make a difference. And my activities on social media is educating the people, telling them they are right, that you have a right to say no, and you have the right to say yes.
Who's funding you and your organization?
Biafra people are funding my organization.
Not the Tinubu party?
I have nothing to do with Tinubu. And you know, it's very funny. A lot of people said Tinubu paid me 25 million. How is that possible? How is it possible?
You're denying
I don't know who is Tinubu. I have never communicated with anybody close to him. Just like the way they forged the letter. The reason why this letter issue, Nigeria is a criminal country. They breed criminals.
Yeah.
And that's what we're fighting against. The reason why the letter on gets sorted out easily and fast was because it was against Finland.
Yeah.
And Finland have to officially react to the letter.
Yeah.
And the letter went viral. There are so many lies against me out there on social media. Nobody could come and say it is not true. Okay? So and those lies, when they continue to say it and maintain it, it becomes truth when nobody debunk it.
You talk about criminals. Do you think the candidates for the presidency are criminals?
They are all criminals. Yes, all of them.
Even Peter Obi.
Peter Obi is a criminal.
But he's a southerner, isn't he?
He doesn't. I am not a tribal. Listen, I'm not a tribalist. I'm not a tribalist, and that is what makes us different. We want. If I'm criticizing you, I criticize you with fact and figures. I'm going to tell you how all of them are. Do I explain? One, starting from Atiku. Atiku was indicted in the United States for money laundering. He's a criminal. How do you think if Nigeria is a United States, Atiku will come back and start contesting with the criminal record he has had for money laundering? Tinubu was indicted in the United States for drug pushing. The records are there, so it's criminal. Nigeria is being ruled by criminals, and they breed criminals. Peter Obi his name was in Pandora. He didn't deny it. It's also the part of international money laundering crime. He has $15 million in offshore accounts.
But surely Obi, being a southerner, is on the side of your people.
That is the problem. Why must you have somebody that have to be in the side of my people?
Okay.
That is the dangerous diversity that have brought us this far, because it will never work. Everything about Nigeria is what favors my people. I don't want we want a Biafra where everything favors everybody.
Okay.
But when you have Nigeria, it is either Fulani. Now we don't even have Hausa anymore because Fulani have overshadowed them. So it is either you are fighting for Northerner as a Fulani Muslim, or you are fighting for Yorubas, or you are fighting for Igbo people. So how can you continue in that kind of system? This is why we must make sure that we do not validate Nigeria again. So
we just stay there.
Yeah. No, no. Yeah, cool. It's a meter. Yeah. Sorry, that's my
that's
security.
okay.
Yeah.
That's the security.
What's your
Yes,
relationship with Mr. Kanu at the moment?
Kano is the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, and I regard him as my leader.
he's his leader.
Do you talk? Do you have contact with him? Do you?
Well, we communicate
He communicates
somehow, but that's a
somehow.
confidential issue.
Because
It's a confidential
he's
issue.
disavowed violence. He thinks he's made statements to say that violence has gone
Everybody condemn violence. I condemn violence.
down. Okay.
I have always condemned violence. You know, on social media. Maybe you don't follow that. But where is the violence coming? Who are those committing the violence? They're the Nigeria state, and their intention is to use violence to blackmail what we're doing.
Okay.
And of course, you do not expect people who are Nigerians who are angry, you know, who have lost hope.
Good evening.
And the next thing you see from them is when you are hopeless, you become violent. So what is happening now is not caused by anybody. It is caused by the system itself. And until we begin to understand that the violence happening in Nigeria is being generated by the Nigeria system itself, we will never be telling ourselves the truth.
Yeah.
Are you going to rein in your rhetoric a little bit now? Because
How?
we're in the election.
So whether you
period,
go
and
reduce
we
the
know
hype,
your
the
people
talk,
hang
the
on to your
talk,
words,
can
and
you
it
reduce it?
can cause some violence, can't it?
Well, I don't care.
I
You
don't
know,
care.
we are already at war.
Already
The
at
Biafra
war.
side of Nigeria, there is a war going on there. And I don't know why medias are not covering it.
With the media is
Do
not
you
covered.
see a democratic place where the plane will be throwing bombs to the people? It's war.
Oh, okay.
The villages are getting burnt, houses are getting burnt. Even in Ukraine, where you're going to now, the number of people dying in Biafra land outnumber the people dying in Ukraine. So
Okay.
how do you balance that? And who are doing this? The Nigeria themselves, the Nigeria state. You know, when the military comes to the village, instead of protecting the people, they get angry because they obey our orders and then they start burning their villages. So we don't want to continue like that. We want to have, the only solution to this is the disintegration of Nigeria.
Okay.
And if Nigeria do not
With
disintegrate
mouth.
now, the disintegration later on will be very, very, very chaotic. To be very hard before international community, you know, if they continue to let us manage this and force people into election in Biafra land, when this time bomb is going to explode, it will affect everyone.
One last question.
Yeah.
Who's going to win the election?
Election is not happening in Biafra land.
Election is not happening in Biafra land.
Because you don't want people to vote.
Not me. Biafra have decided. I am telling you the fact. There is nothing that will make Biafran's people to go out and vote.
Okay.
This is a life and death matter.
Okay.
We have come a long way. For over 50 years, Nigeria have done all manner of genocide, committed genocide against our people, kill us every day, and you expect us to allow them to continue to kill us, to elect governors that will bring military and you know, militarize our territory? We can't do that again.
That's 11 million votes, isn't it?
Nobody will vote in Biafra land. I am telling you the fact.
They have crossed the
It will
road
shock the
breaker.
world. We've made up our mind and we know what we have on ground. Nobody will vote in Biafra land.
Even if that undermines the rest of the...
It is not undermining. No. This particular civil disobedience is also a democratic process. And I want you to see it in that perspective. When people say, I don't want, it is their choice. And if you think that there are people who want to vote that are bigger in number, conduct a referendum. As simple as that. For now, we control 90% of Biafra people. 90%.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Very good.
So, my people, have you heard the interview that I think this interview was done on Arise, as I heard, but Arise did not air it. So I say, let me kukuma air it here on my platform so that let everybody hear. You know, it's like the story between the kite and the tortoise. You know, the kite is looking for food to eat. You know, he's finding it difficult to catch small chicken. And then he went to the native daughter that happens to be the tortoise. And before he got there, the hen was already there. And the hen was asking the dibia, that is tortoise, say, please help me. I don't know what I will do for this kite that continue to be stealing my chicken. Before I lay them down, even the egg, he will be taking everything. They were still talking, enter kite. Kite was telling the tortoise, please, Dibia, Dibia na warrior, Biko, help me. What can you do for me? I know they see this chicken cash again. I will fly from morning till night. I know they see anyone. I don't know how this mother hen they hide them, where she they hide them. Please do juju for me. So make I take my eye. They know. I know they waste my time. They fly too much. I no go fit catch any hen chop. So nine one become give them prophecy. As they give them the prophecy, he come dey tell the kite say, you know wetin you go do if you go out, you do like this, you do like this. But as they talk that thing, the kite did not know that the chicken, the hen was, as you know, as the kite was coming inside, tortoise used the basket to cover it. So the kite did not know that the mother hen was there, right? So all the thing that the tortoise was telling the kite, how it's going to fly, where you will be catching the hen, the mother hen was under there, was hearing everything. And he was like, who dey under basket dey lis ten o, you wey you dey I dey talk to still dey lis ten. The talk wey I dey talk, my advice is going to both of you. So, in those days, our people, they don't used to tell us everything with open mouth finish. They tell us, they talk to us in irony as children. They talk to us in irony, or, like they mean the opposite. They are telling you the opposite. So now, make of this broadcast what you will. What I take away from there is he said he's afraid of his life. So he cannot go there to put his life in danger. But he has people on ground and he knows what they have. And so therefore, that nobody should go out, nobody should attempt it, that they are going to fight the Nigerian state to the last. So the story is going to the Nigerian state and to the would-be voters. So Oyabola Agenti, make of it what you will. Yeah, I don't know if anybody have any other contribution to make regarding this, what Simon Ekpa is saying. But for me to draw a conclusion, I would like say it's like Simon Ekpa, he's not selling out or nobody is paying, because normally what he's the ones that came before him, the saviors that came before him, they will be saying no election, no election, and on the eve of election they will say sign, seed, and delivered. But it's like he's not selling, or nobody is paying, nobody is buying. I don't know. So right now, the whole thing is very insecure and uncertain. And I think that there is something that one can take away from what is playing out now. That we have politicians from the Southeast who are reading on the emotions of our people and distracted them with Biafra every day of their life, with the negativity and with everything negative about Nigeria, why they plundered the treasury of the Southeast. So the people were left with nothing but bitterness. So now it's coming back. I feel like the chicken is coming home to roost, honestly. So I feel like, I think this is the time for them to account for their politics of secession, for the deception that agitation for secession is the same thing as the agitation for good governance. We know it is not the same, but they kind of deceive the people that you are agitating to secede, it's also like you are agitating for good school to be built, for a salary increase. There are so many things you can protest, you are agitated about, you can go and protest, but not to be calling for secession to break the country. It's an insurrection. It's rising up against the state. But since they have supported this insurrection, they have tacitly and somehow corroborated this narrative of secession. I feel like they can't have it both ways anyway. In a way, I like what Simon Ekpa is doing, because is going to put an end to this Biafra. They need to come out openly and tell the people there is nothing like Biafra, so that we can concentrate on Nigerian politics. Or let it be the opportunity for the Biafra to come, so that Nigerians can face their politics without Biafra secession calls and the problems that will come with it. This is my take. I don't know anyone that have something contrary. You can contribute. You can call in. You can join the stream. Let me share the link. So have your say. No election in Biafra land. The sit at home is starting tomorrow, guys. So let's talk about it. The sit at home is coming tomorrow. It's starting tomorrow, and he said it's final. There is no shifting of it. There is no renegotiation of this sit at home. It is taking effective from tomorrow. And today, this evening, I've already shared some of the doings that they were doing in some parts of Igbo land this evening. Some people with their campaign vehicles, and some people fell. You know how them pull fire, tinyoko, munyoko, all those things, everything they buy. So I put the pictures on Telegram and on WhatsApp. You can go and see some of their doing. Somebody sent them to me. In fact, some of them I don't even want to be posting again, because I'm tired of seeing all these things. So that is it. So if anyone wants to join, you can join now. Or you can call. You can call. Let me put my number. Hello, my brother. You're welcome.
Hello, blessed and good evening. Sorry,
Good evening.
I joined the classroom late. I'm from
It's
back door.
okay. It's
I
all
sneak, I sneak in from back door, make I not disturb the class.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you and good evening to all the good people. And once again, thank you for all they do.
Thank
And
you.
to my brother Okoma Noyolongwe tag me for the video, tag you as well. I say thank you.
Yeah.
Like waiting he talk, for the first time, I tend to agree with Simon Ekpa on one ground. It's either Ndi Igbo come out openly and set the record straight, or
Yeah.
they continue and let this legacy continue flying.
Yeah.
Because now, tell me, what is the work of the Ndi Igbo with all the education, everything? Now, one riffraff go to Finland, they cause problem. One canoe they do them, now their favorite criminal, everybody clap. Now, what do you see? Why most of them don't go fit come out? Because now waiting them follow course, and then still
Yeah.
they buy to that legacy. And
Yeah.
even till today, people have been they follow Kano say they no do again. Then go still they talk for Facebook, Biafra, Biafra. I
Yeah.
beg, man, where the Biafra there for Nigeria? Now what? Now they confuse me. You see, like today, you don't carry map, teach us so many things. Now
Yeah.
there are so many navigational softwares. Google Earth plugin they there.
Yeah.
Airsoft they there. Make any of them go any of those software where they map the whole world. If any person go show me where that point Biafra, I'll give that person 100 pounds. Make a no brag. At least I go give 100 pounds straight away. There's none. I don't know. Biafra. Now, see Simon Ekpa, British man interview. You go even send a fear. Carry security keep there. They confirm. I only blame the federal government. Now them I blame completely. Because at the end of the day, then still they carry this thing, they do kalo. For Abuja, they invite the Finnish embassy. This thing a riot act, you go read to the Finnish embassy. Now no come talk love me, I love you story. Everything there for social media. So if federal government don't go fit compile atrocities I don't commit, give Finnish embassy, write to Interpol. What then they talking and I say, we'll get agreement to extradite. Now to activate that clause. At least Simon Ekpa not be interviewing going to do the brag they stand for here. By now, court proceeding in the face for Finland. I don't know what in the government they wait. You see, we need to take. You see, the problem we'll get. the so-called people they listen are politicians. Then just carry us a play. Now they carry us a play.
Telling you.
Now any person fit go find am. National Crime Agency, na establishment for UK. Last week they arrest person on the run for Thailand since 2018. They work with the Thai police to arrest the guy. You know, I mean, when this government go stop to make people feel say criminality they pay. Was Drake don't stand this thing, cause all the cataclysm cause. Papa, mama, then lose pikin, cause all the wahala. You know,
Yeah.
now was Drake, nobody that's somewhere in Biafra. I think they'll keep it. Before we go no now, Kano don't do your own. Now, Simon Ekpa. Now,
Yeah,
all of
and
them.
also the southeastern politicians. What is their stance on this Biafra? They cannot be using Biafra to distract the people while they are plundering the whole revenue that is coming for the southeast, looting,
Even
not giving back anything, and using Biafra to distract the people, tacitly supporting Biafra agitations up and down, giving them money, sponsoring Kano, for example, you know. So where do they stand? Yeah,
I mean,
time for them to keep clean. So if it will be good for them not to even go back to Nigerian Senate or House of Assembly, that would be very good, so that they will have opportunity to really start this Biafra process to secede from Nigeria.
now the other video where Kenga where the South Africa they play, you go see woman they talk to people where they Nigeria, they encourage them, and all these things. Like I always say, this is one of the easiest puzzles to solve. The only thing where we say where security agency don't want to pay attention for social media. Now me I don't know. All this evidence they there, gather them. Okay, now the boy they say they don't get 5 iron. That's in a uniform evidence by still there this thing. Every day, I mean, at the end of the day, now waiting Southeast people they wait. Waiting federal government they wait. Which country? This country where me they no go throw later. Even go attack Royal Mail or say go attack pulling unit. They don't burn you.
Yeah.
Which
So the
evidence
federal
again?
government is not playing the role it's supposed to play. Biafra, you're supposed to make it a criminal offense, an insurrection against the state of Nigeria, but everybody is looking on. So I think at some point it just has to come to an head. Unfortunately, it's at a time like this, but you know, I don't know. I feel like there will be a
You
time
see,
for
the worst of it, na federal government.
yeah.
I blame them. I mean, these people, they don't buy your uniform men. What did they never do them? Carry their head play ball. They attack symbols of authority. When I see they treat them like say, nah, I beg. I mean, as then someone finish, even this thing is enough to even stand your ground, dismiss highest then they return your own diplomatic staff, dismiss the Finnish embassy from Nigeria. Because if Nigerian government stand up within a week, I mean, tell Finland say under one condition, will they activate the United Nations Charter of Extradition, which on be treaty, we are party to read, all of us sign the treaty. It's either on a start the legal process to repatriate this guy, then they go promise them say in human rights go they protected. Apo batana have protect is there.
Anyway, I feel like not just the federal government, even the European Union, even the Great Britain, it seems like there is something that you know, like it's like let me be in a way like conspiring against N0b0, you know, because Kano was doing all these things he was doing while he was resident in Great Britain, and Scotland Yard never picked him up, right? And now there are so many followers in the US, and the United States government is not picking him up. Their FBI, you don't want to tell me they don't know what is going on. They have AFRICOM, they have their embassy here in Nigeria, they have their spies that are looking at what is happening, and they are just looking on. They are not doing anything. So at the end of the day, the few Igbos that are speaking of are even, you know, being targeted and taken out. So it's like there's something that they want us to kind of implode and like leave them to their devices, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I may be wrong, but because I don't get it. Everybody's just looking like look on. It's like they are reading the book of Luke. Whether they are, I don't know which chapter they are at. Luke chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. They are looking. Nobody is taking any action. Something that is not done anywhere else. I don't know.
I say me the matter self. So when I think and it invest me. How many INEC officers are on board? What Buhari they see this thing? The National Security Council they need to see them. Service chief they need to see them. What thing they go take them to sit up? But if not for them to make Nigerians suffer, where they find naira, it go there them easy to do. What they go do, they no go agree do. If not to introduce unnecessary hardship, it did them very easy to do. Which country? Nigeria, giant of Africa. Who be Simon Ekpa? Even states they commit bege on behalf of states. Anyway, who be that guy? If they don't want to, at least when I'm doing what in North Korea do in brother for Malaysia. Efesia Honaka. Konyoruru. Aga na car park ya gbara Honaka do moto. Ye jide ya buy ya within 24 hours. Ye o ya mato ye fa ka gashi ike. And I got no be everything I got now. Abi person sell also give about
when they are even talking about the people that got into politics are people like all these expositions that we learned from Igele's broadcast. Most of them were the people doing all these hard things in courts, in the universities. We know. So that is what they have. And so that's how can a country progress when the people who in leadership are people who have done anything to get ahead, including fine people.
Without sounding like a broken record, let's go back as far back as 2018 or 2017 when the Russian double spy and a daughter, when they know if you get them, then trace them not before Salisbury, then go do them their own there, then close the whole car park. Nigerian government not serious for anything. They're not serious for good governance. They're not serious to protect the lives and citizens of people. And then still they come and contest election. Now sometimes I just ask my people, what if I don't want to talk, maybe people say they against me, people no vote. What if they even come contest for? I mean, I don't know.
I don't know.
They're not serious to give good governance. They're not serious to even bring the proper, change, make good like human being. Then to even protect lives and properties of, Nigerians. To even take the life of a Nigerian serious, everything's zero.
So anyway, thank you so much, my brother. I want to quickly play this exposition. You mentioned this woman. This woman. Yeah, I think Ukoma also tagged me. Someone tagged me to this video, and I'm looking at it. So let's listen in a little bit.
Listen to where they correct bullets from. Listen to asking the unknown person, where do you normally guys answer? Listen, just pay close attention.
You under Butuzo now? Are you under Butuzo now? There is something that happened in that rig that makes us to leave that rig. Since then, we are not being that, we are not being that rig.
So you see this woman, I heard that she's based in the United Kingdom and she's also coordinating the bingos in another camp. So she's having a conversation with one of the bingos. He's asking the bingo, are you in so camp or in the other camp? So this one, you understand? I have to spread it because the federal government failed to do their job. So these people are active in the southeast. A lot is going down. People are losing their lives. So if the federal government is playing the ostrich, why should I? I'm not obligated to play the ostrich.
Okay, so what is when did you live there? When did you leave? When did you leave Butuzo camp?
When did you leave a Butuzo camp? The federal government knows that they have camps. What will it take the federal government to route out all those camps? How will the federal government allow all these small terror to occupy bushes they call camp and endangering their own citizens of Nigeria, the same Nigeria they promised to save and protect? Every day they are the victims, they are falling in the hands of criminals that have laid claim to part of the bush and calling it their territory. Yeah, this is outrageous. Look at this woman comfortably asking, are you in Butuzo camp? Are you in this camp? And where do you collect granite? The granite is the code word for pai pai.
Last year, after Butuzo Butuzo my command order for no reason. Because in my age, all right, I want to put the report. So all I can be more than EB 5, which is from. Can you hear that? I'm going with somebody
Onotari igwe means they buy the police people wey carry the igwe. Igwe na be no say they work the igwe. They buy the people wey get am. They hold like 5. I want to censor some of the parts of this one because they open all in mouth they talk.
Succeeded. It could Azokatas Wanko, who she is, but she's in United States of America, living peacefully. Even bragging.
I don't even understand this Chief Bingo. Wait till they saw.
Remember what the guy said to Azokatas Wanko, that they normally collect bullets from Butuzo. Then I want you to listen to who Azokatas Wanko said.
This is Azokatas Wanko.
You will then decide who is behind insecurity in our land. I want you to listen.
By the way, last on our side. So I want that things. Like you call the whole house to command them. The whole about Butuzo in actually what this morning. I want to assume I got where. Or what game Butuzo. So some boys have a recruit to have a gallery. What did Butuzo? So one time because they don't have against us. I go and enjoy Butuzo idea. Because I see, I'm going to go to my book. Before, I got for 2 weeks. I just put a and I go to put a gray and I go. Can you see I want I learn how to go. So everybody we have way to work with me and you and the world. So many people. So I took in my hand and go ahead. Then now I also what's I buy a go. So after then, they use me for the rope, which is feel on my hand and my leg.
Anyway, this is just bingo talk, exposing themselves. So basically, I feel like he's trying to say, this conversation has to do with this woman and Simon Ekpa. Basically, in conclusion, that these are the people that are responsible for the insecurity that we are seeing right now. That's basically what he's trying to say with this audio and this conversation. So our brother, our sister is asking me what happened to the state government. All the government, I'm saying the federal government because the state is also under the federal government. So the federal government is the one that is actually it's in his hands to secure the territorial integrity of the whole of Nigeria. That is the duty of the federal government. That is the duty of the Nigerian Army, Nigerian Defense Department. So I don't know what they are doing. I don't understand their lackadaisical and lukewarm attitude. It has emboldened these people to make them, like a little mold like this is feeling like a mountain. So this is my own feeling. I don't know what you feel. So you are free to, tell us what you think. But this is my own thinking. So it's like what they say in Igbo, elele anwite obonyoko. So you look down on this pot, you say, this pot is small, it doesn't mean anything. But the water where they come up for that pot, it go quench the fire. We're supposed to cook food for everybody to chop belle food. This is what we are seeing in this case of Simon Ekpa. It's wheat, one small pot where they overlook is about to quench the fire. We're supposed to cook food, better food where many people go chop, because they're supposed to do something. When they're supposed to do it, they fail to do it, and that is obonyoko. So that is how I will leave it for today, my people. By the grace of God, tomorrow we will come and see how the sit at home is going, and how it is going on in the southeast. And a lot of things are happening. I saw a news that even a woman, they burned some houses in some communities, and so even a woman was inside one of the houses. So these are people that are Nigerian citizens by in their own right, and the federal government swore to protect them, and the federal government fails. Federal government is looking, and the state government is not doing anything as well. So all the government, all in hand, all the government, whatever category, whatever section, they have failed the people of the Southeast, even to correct this false information of Biafra and re-educate the people and tell the people what is truth. Everybody failed, and the people have been, inundated with this false narrative of Biafra, Biafra, Biafra. It is what it is. It is what it is. So, lastly, you cannot keep doing Biafra, Biafra, and encourage people to be doing Biafra, Biafra, but every day you are vying to go to participate in the election, to be part of Nigeria, to be in Nigeria Senate, to go to Nigeria House of Assembly, whereas the people are overworking themselves, buying themselves, wasting their life on the promise of Biafra, and you're not doing anything for that Biafra. So, in a way, my brother, I'm about to close now. I'm really about to close. Let's do that tomorrow because it's late now. So I will I will come back again tomorrow by the grace of God, and we will continue this conversation. We'll see how the sit at home is going. So thank you so much, my people. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for those of you who sent me stars, to the ones who sent me super chat. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Bye for now.